A lot has changed in the dropshipping landscape this year. So in this video, I'm going to cover what sites are still worth your time in order and why. The first site that I'd recommend focusing on is Amazon. With the right products, the sales will fly in on this website. Plus, one of the best parts about it is you can automate 90 to about 95% of the work with software. So once you have a product up, it's fully managed automatically. And I have so many free tutorials on Amazon dropshipping and all the other sites that we'll cover in today's video on this channel for free in case you want to learn more. The second site that I'd recommend focusing on this year is Etsy. The easiest way to dropship on Etsy is with print-on-demand designs and partnering with a software like Printful, for example. Then all you need to do is create the designs and Printful will literally do everything else for you for a small fee per sale. And there's a lot of different ways to find designs that will sell, but once you have a bunch of them up, the sales will start rolling in consistently. Plus, if you're not good at creating designs like me, then you can always hire a graphic designer for relatively cheap on a site like Fiverr or onlinejobs.ph. These first two are the most hands-off way to dropship, and it's no coincidence that I have them 1 and 2. There's lots of potential sales, but with the least time spent. The third is Facebook, both shops and marketplace. And to be honest, Facebook is a complete wild card this year. Sales could remain mediocre or they can completely skyrocket. Regardless, there's plenty of sales to be had here, even still, and I highly recommend that you continue to list on this website. I strongly believe that the floodgates will open at some point this year, and the more products that you have up when that happens, well, the more rewards you'll reap. Fourth is Poshmark, and for a while, I overlooked this as a dropshipping website, but something happened about a year ago, and my sales have been pretty consistent ever since. When you dropship on Poshmark specifically, you need to order the products to your house first and then ship them out with the Poshmark label, which yes, can be a headache. But because of that, it limits your competition to other people that are also willing to do that as well and people who aren't in rural areas. You'll also need to use a share bot to constantly bring traffic to your listings and make sales. If you don't, you'll seriously struggle. But if you do, and if you're willing to use the Poshmark labels, you can consistently make about $1,000 to $2,000 monthly on this platform fairly easily and maybe even more. Next is Mercari. I like to think of Mercari as a baby eBay of sorts, and I used to have tutorials on how to dropship here up on YouTube, but they threatened to sue me if I kept teaching people how to do it. I will say that if you try to dropship here like you do on other websites, your account will inevitably get suspended. There are a few things that you can do to dropship here effectively, but I obviously won't be teaching them. You can look into it if you want. The sixth site is a newcomer to this list, to be honest, and I haven't talked about it too much. It's Bonanza. I looked into dropshipping on this website a while back, but it seemed like you needed to pay a subscription in order to sell there for a store, which obviously didn't appeal to me at the time. I'm not sure when it changed exactly, but that is no longer the case. You can now list here and you don't need to pay the store subscription. To be honest, I don't have a ton of experience on this website compared to the other ones on this list, but I've been selling decently here for a little while now and it really seems promising. They'll even promote your products for you with Google Ads, and if they sell, then they'll simply charge you a small fee, but you'll still be profitable. Coming in at 7th is another site with next to no competition on it, OfferUp. OfferUp is another one just like Poshmark where you need to use their label. It's also annoying because they only let you list from your phone, but that's another reason why there's no competition here. And it's a bit different, but you can actually list really easily from mobile if you download something like the Google Chrome app because you can save pictures a lot faster, which is the most time-consuming part of listing. You can realistically make about $1,000 per month here in profit if you're listing consistently, which is a great little side hustle income, although to be honest, I feel like it probably gets capped right around there. I'd also recommend that you keep an eye on Grailed, Depop, Curtsy, Kitizen, and Vinted too. All these have smaller sales potential, but you can effectively dropship on them. I wouldn't say to focus a lot of your attention here, but you can certainly list here and see some success if you already maxed out the other platforms, for example, or maybe if you have a VA with extra time in the day and they have nothing else to do. On top of those, eBay and Walmart get honorable mentions as well. You can certainly see success on both of these platforms too, but I personally don't sell on either one of them. That's why I don't talk about them much. Keep in mind that retail dropshipping is against against the terms of service on both of these websites, but I do believe that wholesale dropshipping is allowed. I definitely wouldn't take me for face value at that. Look into it yourself, but that's what I've heard. eBay is an easy one to get into for almost anyone, but the margins can be super slim. And Walmart is certainly harder to get accepted on, harder to list on, and harder to start in general, but it does have a lot of sales upside and potential. So there you have it, the top marketplaces that you should be focusing on this year. All of these are actually worth your time. You can make sales on all of them, and I gave them to you in order of importance, in my opinion. Remember, there are playlists and tutorials on all of these on this channel for free if you'd like to learn a little bit more about a specific one. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.